Yeah. Definitely face the camera. Good morning, everyone. Robert and Beverly here from danceScape. We are here for danceFLOW Express, and this is class 18.
Wow.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks to those of you who came with us last week. We had a few technical issues, so hopefully today there will not be any technical issues. But as with everything in life, you know, we just go with the flow. With danceFLOW Express, this is our 20-minute version of our full program, and that you can find on danceScapeTVLive. Our main goal is to help you de-stress, reset, as well as reflect on life. And some very interesting things happened this week.
Yeah, this week, well actually this week in our classes we were celebrating Brit Week. So it was everything British, from British fare of pork pies and Cornish pasties, baked beans, you know, variety of drinks, as well as a lot of royal celebrations this week. We saw, actually in June, it's the 67th year of the Queen being on the throne. That's a long time to be on a throne. We also had Prince Philip's 99th birthday on Wednesday. And then, of course, yesterday was the celebration of the Queen's official birthday. Her real birthday is in April, but we celebrate it in June simply because, well, I think the weather is better. I think that's probably what it is. So she had a completely downsized version of the Trooping of the Colour yesterday at her home, not in Buckingham Palace, the other one. And so she was out there in her resplendent hat and coat and everything. And I think it was maybe 15 minutes long.
And I was so disappointed that we weren't invited.
I know. Well, you know, social distancing.
That's right. That's right. And also it was Beverly's dad's birthday yesterday.
Yes, my dad would have been 91, and it was an interesting day. You know, you sort of say happy birthday, Dad, and all the different memories and that. But what was the strangest thing is we went out to the car, we went to go out, and at the very back, lying on the ground, was this little heart, if you can see that.
Go up to the camera,
yeah, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
We have to come as tandem because so there it is. Now this is a paper heart. I mean, for it to have been just the right side up, sitting right smack behind the vehicle on the ground, and it was just like message from my daddy. So there you go. So he's acknowledging.
And we don't know if some of you have, you know, had life synchronicities like that. Synchronicity basically is from famous psychologist Carl Jung, and it just talks about how certain life events seem to come together, and it may seem random, but they're always meaningful to you know, the observer. So and my sister and I, of course, have had many life synchronicities with my mom's passing, and it's just, I don't know, it's just beautiful to see, you know, when you can connect things like that and they're meaningful and unexpected, right? Those are the unexpected things in life.
Yeah. And also my dad's, one of my parents' roses, actually, that we were able to gather from the house, which we sold last year, bloomed. Yes, like on his birthday. So it was like, it was
rose
amazing.
That was transplanted.
Yeah,
so.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, those of you coming in, my name is Robert Tang, and this is Beverly Cayton-Tang. We are with danceScape, and in beautiful Burlington, Ontario, but we are home today in our back patio. So, and those of you who are regular students and regular visitors with us on Sundays, just make sure the audio levels are okay. We are going to get started very, very shortly with Qigong and Tai Chi exercises that are again designed to help you relieve stress, also cope with anxiety, pain, many times chronic pain, and flexibility, mobility, and we're always about having fun. So
when we do our regular classes during the week, we always ask the students, what hurts today?
That's right.
You know, and what would you like us to work on a little bit more? Is it going to be ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, back? And so we're very happy to, you know, devote part of the class to whatever. It's funny because everybody seems to have everything the same hurting on the same day. So there's a synchronicity again.
Yeah. Well, I am trying to, of course, see the comments directly, but it's not working again. So if you are typing something in, our apologies. I can see ourselves live, but I just cannot get into comments. So it's strange. So I'm able to, read your messages as well as some of your feedback about what you'd like to work on today in terms of pain or flexibility, mobility. But let us press on. All right. So clear some room behind you. We are trying our microphone, so hopefully it is working and that you can hear us. We did a mini test, so hopefully everything remains the same. And let's put some music on.
And the camera today should be steady.
It should be, yes.
I think last week we had a great view of the sky and a plant. So
all right. So hopefully you can hear the music too. Okay.
I will be monitoring that as well.
All right, we'll put it down like this. And all right. So I'm just going to turn around this way. All right. Let's clap your hands 3 times. That's always good to reset the sound and the mind. So clap your hands 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And warming your hands to activate Qi. Those of you joining us for the first time, Qi is life energy in Chinese, and that is what we are cultivating. Knowing how to flow the Qi within us and also outside of us, all right? So I'm not sure we're going to be able to sit down for today, but Beverly can probably move the chair to sit. So one of the things we like to do is, of course, flow the Qi from our dantian. So let's circle the dantian. And the dantian is this area between the rib cage and slightly below the belly button. If you are standing, make sure you're flexed. Again, you can remain seated if you want. So a lot of these exercises are very adaptable for that. Yeah.
And some of them, as we go through, I will be going to the seated position,
Right.
especially for some of the harder ones that are done standing.
So let's circle the other way. And just to give Beverly more freedom to sit and stand, we are just going to
take me off with the
replace the mic. All right. There we go. And I'll be able to move freely. Please adjust the sound system, of course, if it's a little bit too loud. All right. So with the Qi from the dantian, just lower, warm the knees, and up. And let's go down again. Warm the outside yang channel of the leg and back up. Now let's go a little bit lower. All these opening movements, calm your mind and massage on the inside of the leg. We're going to bring deep breathing in shortly and up to breathe in. And down to breathe out. Let's go to the ankles if you can. So right to the ankles. Beverly, why don't you remain seated so people can do that? Yeah. And lower to the ankle. Very good. Proper way of breathing. Tongue on the upper palate. Breathe in through the nose. And then breathe out again through the nose. Yeah. Let's warm our dantian again. Circle. And make sure you start to relax your shoulders. Breathe in. And breathe out gently. And circle the other way. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now, many of you may have issues with joints. So we're going to work the hips first. And I'm just going to stand like this. And you want to circle around the hips. Beverly's going to cross her legs, so if you are seated, you can do the version she's doing, or you can remain standing. So circle to breathe in, and circle to breathe out. And let's circle the opposite way. Breathe in, and breathe out. Hopefully you can hear the music. Breathe in. It is a little bit low. And circle once more and make a half moon just towards the lower part. Breathe in. I may just put the other mic close to below. Yeah, so circle. And make sure the other hip too. Circle half moon. Yeah. slightly underneath. Breathe in and breathe out. Calm your mind. Hopefully you are either out in the garden, it is a beautiful day today, in your backyard, or if you're indoors, maybe you have some personal objects around you that have deep, meaningful memories for you, maybe a picture, maybe a gift that someone's given you. So it's good to have it nearby to reflect. Yeah?
And I don't know if you can see the lilacs that are here, but the scent of the lilacs are amazing.
And let's circle the other way. Yeah, being out in the garden and with the flowers and the scent, it activates and stimulates all the nerves and the senses. All right. Now let's move our hands back up to the shoulder. So massage the shoulder to breathe in. Breathe out. I'm just concerned, of course, that the music is too soft. Keep warming the shoulders. Follow Beverly. And I am just going to transfer the clip maybe closer to the music. And let's just let it hang below. All right, so circle. We always love music, of course. Being in the dance and fitness industry, music calms the mind. Circle the other way. Breathe in. All these opening movements to calm the mind, breaking up any obstructions and flow, and warm the outside of the hands, up and out. We're going to bring in deep breathing shortly. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Final rep. And let's cross over the other side and to the other shoulder. A lot of the exercises and philosophy of Qigong Tai Chi is about balance. So what you do on one side, you do on the other. What goes up comes down. What flows one way, flows the other way. And it's this beautiful system that works in harmony with each other. It's not so much about the individual, but about the whole. So circle. Relax the spine, massage, and gently out, and back up, and again, massage out, breathe out, and gently breathe in. One more time, breathe out, relax your spine, relax your shoulders, clear your thoughts. And let's do the neck area. So gently stroking forward. And if you are outside, face your face towards the rays of the sun, which will just warm your face as we do the upper dantian. And now to the jawline. Close your eyes if you want to. Breathe in. And if you are indoors, just imagine yourself outside with us. The sun is beautiful today. There's also a slight breeze. And now to the third eye, the forehead, stroking outwards to breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. These are to stimulate the nerve endings, not only of your fingertips, but also the skin on your face. Yeah, and now the hair follicles, gentle stroking, closing your eyes, see if you can feel the tingling in the fingertips, the nerve endings. Breathe in and breathe out. And we're just going to now go back to the neck, flow downwards, and let's do opening movements of 8 brocades. Lower to breathe out, up to breathe in. If you are outdoors in your garden, such a beautiful breeze. You can look at the water behind us. Again, we're outside our patio today. At home, we always feel peaceful and calm. The water always is something that just stimulates calmness and relaxation. Breathe in. Smile a little bit. breathe out. So much going on out in the world. Sometimes in our lives, the disruption of life, but let's harness energy from within to calm ourselves. So breathe in, palms closing, and lower to breathe out. Now, if you've been doing these exercises for a number of weeks, I'm lowering a bit more now to chair level. Yeah? Breathe out. If it's too much on your knees, then stay at bar stool level. Or use the chair, especially if you have chronic pain. And lower to breathe out. Relax the shoulders, spine. Up to breathe in. And relax the fingertips. Breathe out, final rep. Smile a little bit. Feel the rays of sun on your skin, on your face. Breathe out. And breathe in. Now roll downwards to breathe out. Send your hands close to your hips. Send it outward. And now rotate so the palms face each other. And now bring the palms towards your underarm. Stretch and look up. And breathe out. Palms towards the ground. And once more. Draw chi energy to you. Breathe in. And stretch. And gently breathe out. And let's do it once more. So breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. Now spine breathing, hands towards your ears. You're going to flex to breathe out. And unflex to breathe in. Look up. And remove any distractions from your mind. Curl your spine. And uncurl to breathe in. And again, face towards the sun, feeling the energy. And soften your spine. And again, you can do the seated as well. And once more, breathe in. Stretch the back. Bring your shoulder blades close together. And release. Breathe out. Now hands down towards the hip. Owl turning head. Rotate to your left. Rotate to breathe in. And release. Breathe out. Rotate the other way. Breathe in. And breathe out. Rotate opposite way again. Breathe in and really test yourself to see if you can look back as far as you can without hurting yourself. And gently breathe out. Once more again. Rotate, look to the side, breathe in. And breathe out. And final rep. Rotate, breathe in. And breathe out. Now send your hands out to the side. I'm going to take my right hand. You can take your left hand up to the sky. The opposite hand, rotate down to the ground. Yeah? So stretch up, stretch the spine, energy out through the heels of the hands. Then lower, breathe out, and rotate, breathe in, and opposite way, breathe out. So lower hand to the ground, upper hand to the sky, stretch to breathe in, and lower to breathe out. You can go a bit lower and rotate, and opposite hand up to the sky, and now up and stretch your spine. You'll probably gain another 12 inches in height. Now rotate again. The hand that's going below, send it behind to the Ming Men, while the other hand is above. Now stretch to breathe in, and lower to breathe out, and rotate. The opposite hand goes up, and the opposite hand goes behind. And now stretch to breathe in. And lower to breathe out. Try to soften your fingertips. And release once more. Final rep. Upper hand to the sky, lower hand behind to the Ming Men. And stretch. Look up if you can. And relax. And hands float down, breathe out. And up, breathe in. Lower to breathe out. And let the chi energy flow. You should feel more mobility. And final rep, breathe in. You may also feel tingling of the fingertips, the palms. And I'm going to send it towards the thigh for support, all right? So we're going to curl, breathe out. And up to breathe in. And curl to breathe out. And up to breathe in. Curl once more to breathe out. And uncurl to breathe in. Now rotate your left shoulder, curl to breathe out. Uncurl, look slightly behind. And we're going to flip. Shoulder to the ground, neck, ear, cheekbone, nose, opposite cheekbone, ear, and again, you can do the seated or standing. Yeah. And once more, shoulder to the ground, rotate, and looking off to the side, and back to the center, breathe out, and up, breathe in, slide your hands up to the hips. If you feel any tightness of the hips or knees, just give a gentle roll and roll the other way. Now, with the hands towards the hip, place the palms up towards the hip. Now we're just going to stretch forward while pushing against the back edge of your hands towards the hip for support. And release, breathe in. And let's do it again. Push the edges of your hand towards the hip. Breathe out. Stretch forward. And up to breathe in. And final rep. Stretch forward to breathe out. And we'll get more flexibility, mobility of the hamstrings. So some of you may be able to reach lower. So whatever level is comfortable for you, yeah? All right, up again. Now I'm going to have my feet pointing roughly 45 degrees out. I'm going to close the palms down and I'm going to slide it for support towards the thigh. Yeah. And then I'm just going to send my tailbone or the perineum down and we'll stretch out the inside of the thigh. If it's too much for you, then do it seated as Beverly is doing. And then up. And now with the hands, push. Send it back. And let's go down again. Support. And now with the tailbone, down. Stretch. Relax the shoulders. Push up. And to the hip. Final rep. Down. And now to the tailbone. Send it downwards. Down. And back up. All right, so let's do some movements at the back. Let's look out in the final set of exercises. Stretch forward and flex. Right arm up to breathe in and lower to breathe out. Left hand up to breathe in and lower to breathe out. Now just a gentle swirl back and gently forward, stretch again, and flex. Left hand up to breathe in, and lower to breathe out. Right hand up to breathe in, and lower to breathe out. And back, both hands together, swirl, breathe in, Rotate underneath and stretch, hold, look out to the water with us, and rotate. Breathe in, and lower, breathe out, hold. And one more time, breathe in, and breathe out. Now I'm going to place the left hand to the hip, the right hand is going to swirl now. Rotate, breathe in, and swirl, breathe out, breathe in. Now the right hand is going to join the right hip. Rotate, the left hand swirls, breathe in, rotate, breathe out, back, breathe in, left hand joins the left hip, right hand, right thigh swirls, and through, breathe in, and both hands back to the hips, and both hands under the thigh, breathe in, and breathe out, soften the shoulders, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in once more. Now we're going to stretch, send the head up and lower if you can. And swirl again. Breathe in. Now send your hands to the back, closing it out for our 20-minute workout. Always on a Sunday. If you're interested in the full hour program, check out danceScapeTVLive. We have classes almost every day, not only for danceFLOW, but higher cardio dance tone, and these are an hour in length. So danceScapeTV. Let's swirl the other way. Continue to join us on Sundays. Returning students, of course, always cementing core foundational steps, but also adding new steps as we did today. Yeah? And now, let's close it off. I'm placing my right hand to the sky. You can place your left hand to the sky. Rotate towards the open hand. The other hand, flip. Back. The right hand to the neck. And roll. Breathe in. And look to the right or your left. Now go the other way. Then roll downwards. And now bring the hands together. My left hand, your right, to the ceiling. Let's switch to the other side. And the right hand, your left, swirls behind the back hand. Let's close it out and lower. And once more to the other side. And lower. And hands back up to the sky. Close the palms, lower to breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Well, thank you so much joining us again for our 20-minute express class. And if you're interested again in our full programming, we are in week 5 now, so returning students and students on our 10-week class spring sessions, all online, having great fun. We had Brit Week this week.
Wonderful,
as a marker for halfway through the sessions.
That's right, and of course we've got the next celebration will be Canada Day, so as much as our next celebration will be Canada Day, so as much as we gave to all the stuff British this week, it'll be everything Canadian as we get to closer to
and some
July
students
1st.
who are with us suggested Italian Day or Italian Week, so we're going to brainstorm. We also have not only our 10-week programs that will conclude in July, but we have 2 boot camps in August that will be really fun. We usually do other things as well. And always remember, life is full of synchronicities. Our life path here in Burlington Stony Creek continues, and we try to emanate it out into the world. Your life path joining us. Many of you now are becoming great friends with us as well as students. Please let us know every time you come in and that you are there with us, because your energy helps us to always plan future forward if we are unable to read your current messages. It's so important that we have your energy to work with as well as you're working with our energy.
Yeah, and also ahead of time, let us know what hurts. So you send us a message and let us know, is it hips, is it knees, is it ankles, is it shoulders? And then of course we can devote some of this time that we do here to you.
We always love to tailor our programs. So there are key foundational programs, but sometimes we can, bring in new things. Other times we want to give you more detail in terms of how to execute it for any particular part. And always remember, life is about challenges, just as we had challenges last week. And, one becomes a milestone, becomes a growth experience for all. And we are going through a time of great disruption right now. But there are people like yourselves, like ourselves, who, come together and to focus on positive messages, positive things that we can help, balance the disruptions. And that ultimately is the philosophy behind Qigong and Tai Chi, the balance, how the system works together. And if anything has shown itself during these past number of weeks through COVID and social distancing, that we working together and giving the earth time to recover for itself, as well as letting those shall we say negative actors work through their issues as we work through ours, and always know that we're here for you. That's why we started this program. My mom, of course, went through breast cancer in many years ago, passed away in 2012, but her energy still lives within us. And of course, those who have passed, Beverly's father,
my dad,
their energy is always around if you have that life and world view. No matter what religion you are with or what faith you are in, I think it's so important to have that something that makes life beautiful, that makes life magical. And combining the exercises that we do, understanding the interconnectedness with physical workouts, through thoughts. Sometimes we focus on the mind, helping you train your mind to be stronger, removing distractions, and ultimately the breath and breathing, how the pulses of life, the wave of energy that we try to match with the music helps us become, more healthy and happy. All right. Thank you so much again for joining us. See you next Sunday. We are still in season 2. At some point we will close out the season, so keep sending us messages and perhaps we can plan for season 3. All right. Take care, everyone.
Have a great week.